Well, afternoon. I just came here to try to emphasize something that's more important, which I just discussed about earlier on during the day. That I'll come here and try to talk about that and explain to you guys how is that maneuvered. And I guess then at the end of this video, you'll be able to understand that such and such supposed to be done in this manner, no manner like that. Nothing much. Um, Firstly, I would like to somehow come and show you how we come and create our own form, because we do everything in forms, like our design in forms. What you need to know, you have to come here and then tap file, and then there's new, and then over here come and VLC form. There are other ways of doing this, but I think for this one it's fine. Then you come here, as soon as you can somehow you can see your form, and that's what we get excited about doing. And you have to understand that you still have to save your project. So if I would like to save my project, I can do it. I wanna do it this way. I wanna save all, not just save that. So I have to save all. I come and maybe like here you can see, can choose where I want to create it, but I mean save it. But now we just chosen, can maybe create a file for it, maybe new, then file. It's fine. You can just come here and then open the file and save it there. Save the information and save again, and save for the last time. Therefore now I can start with everything that I have to do. I would like to emphasize much part about our components. We have so many components, and what I've noticed is that you guys not understand anything. I would like to start with one component. I would somehow maybe say, let's start with a button. A button, it's like this. We have a button. If you like, you can come to button here. That's where you get your components. You get a lot of them. If you want maybe a list box, you come here and say list box. Here it is. You can say list box. When you come, that's where you get all the components. That's where they are placed. You come here and search for it. Here I said, let me start with a button. If you like, and drag it there, but I'll choose just to like this. Just click it twice and it will appear here, and then you can somehow drag it to where you want it to be placed, or where you want to place it, like this. So and after that, I would like to explain to you. Well, a button has not much to me, according to what I've most of the stuff that I've done, I mean most of the coding that I've done, I've never somehow come across where we discuss much about its own properties, because we have a component. This is a component, but it needs to somehow be identified by something which is going to be a property. This is a button and it belongs to a certain certain property. It's a component, belongs has a certain property. In order for it to function, there must be a certain property that somehow guides it or governs it around. So now I will just I'd like to rename it. Each time you can see this is my button. If I click on the form, this is the form. You can see form 2, and it's form 2. And then now I would like to click on the button. Each time I click on the button, everything that contains, that somehow explains the buttons and all that, it's here. I have properties. Well, we have a lot of properties, but main property, you can see each time I come here and click, I have property called caption. Caption is the main property. I have a lot of property that somehow pertains to buttons, but I just want to show you here caption. Why caption? Because caption, in caption you can see that is button 1. In caption, that's where this information is written. When it button 1, that's when, if I'd like to change that, I can come and say press, to say, just to indicate to people what they should do. Or I could say yes, just for you to understand what is the purpose of this button is about. Then can also come and say no, you can, depending on what kind of task that you want to somehow perform. So I'll just put press for now, just myself, and then this is what I have press. So we have to understand that the button has properties and also events. This is a component, it has properties and events. And when on the invert, on the event and the event issue, this matters. On the event issue, that's what we have. We have the types of events. Events like sometimes the button or something has to be executed when I place my mouse here. So that's it. It's what it's called. What you call an event. But there's another event that we say press. Okay, which is a click event. On click, when I click, something should happen. So when I click, something should happen. This is an on click event. When maybe I on drag drop, so if I drag and drop, something should happen. You understand? If I drag and drop, if I come, maybe something drag it and drop here, something should happen. That's an event. And then we have on enter event, we have on exit event, on key hold. When I have a key, press here and hold, that's how things when it comes to this are being executed, and coding and all that is being executed. So mostly it's about be able to understand that I doubt we're not going to be using most of these, but these events, but on click and all that, yeah, on click and all that, can say on drag drop, could be on tick, on key down, it's okay. That's kind of event that somehow also detects the own button, how to make things, how to work. So the property, it's something that somehow attaches the button, but now the event, it explains to us how the button should work, how it should work. When you click it, or when something is dragged to it, and you hold, when you press or hold it, such are events. But a property explains it. A property is just what should be. For example, these are what I've just explained to you. Another example, I'll just call maybe a list box. I would like to add a list box. A list box is just a box that you can place so many information. Now here you can see my name, the name of the list box. This is the name of the list box. Immediately, if I can say here and change the name, this is just a name, has nothing to do with anything, just a name. Most of the time we use we use lst box like this, just how we initialize, or can say declare. Yeah, so that we declare our own variables, or now it's our own component. So now we come and say what, it's a property. It is a property, but there's a main property that I want to explain, which is what we call the text of this. Okay, let me just find it for you. When you can see, this is the list box. The list box, it's not text, it's an item. Sorry, the item. This item governs. Item governs the what? It governs the list box. That each time you want to use the list box, the item should somehow be part of it. Like for example, if I come here on the item part, and immediately if I say copy, okay, say anything, it's fine, and then okay, you see it's there. I can edit many things as I want. I can come here again and say write things that I want, okay, write things that I want, okay, and these things, they get to be there. That's our component, that's our property, and okay, that's our component that has a certain property. But what do I mean by this? Explain. Let me say that I want to for example, just delete all this, and I would like to add a name. I'd like to add a certain name. Sorry, I didn't press the enter. I'd like to add a certain name. I'd like to add a name when a button is pressed. I would like to add something here. We say a name. Because button, definitely that's where we perform. When it's pressed, that's why I want when it's pressed. So the program must be, or my code must be within this button. So if I can say, now I remember I said it's my LST, so I can say control space, and it will just say it will help me. This is this, and now this is my component. And because I've told you about my property, each time I have to use the list box. Now I still have to indicate which property. This property, it's an item. You cannot use it without its property. Items like this. Then now you can use it. Items, you see. But now items, I would like to add something into. I didn't say button something because I'm what I am writing a program in the button. I don't want to touch the button anything. I don't want to program the button, but when I press the button, something should happen. So the code is within the button. Whenever I press it, it executes everything. So now I can say list box, and then I say like this items and add. We add something, meaning we play something. This is what like saving a something. You can say add, and then since the text I will just raise a add. At Hopewell. Hopewell. In this case, I have my program. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: I need to know that this is my component, and it has a certain property which is items. And then this another property, but the most part, this is the main one. You cannot use this one without this one. So you have to know that list box comes with items every time. List box item, and you can do whatever you can do. List box item, everything. So now when I run the program, I will come here and save it for you guys. And then now I would like to run it. You can run it anyway. And then this explains what I mean. So when I come here and press, I expect it to be Hopewell to be there exactly, you see. So you can do as much as you can press. Each time you press a lot, it doesn't matter what. Maybe it did maybe like press first time, and then you can't. Each time you press, something gets performed. Whatever it's there get performed. So this is what I'm trying to say. So another thing I'd like to talk about, it's maybe let's add to label. I'd like to just explain to you that we have a label, and we also have what I want to say a combo box. These things. So a combo box, it's like this. It's the same as what you say. It's the same as the list box, but the manner it's like this. It's when you click on something. It's like part of this. When you have something, combo box is like this. I will explain to you how it was you see it. For example, whenever I click it, you can see everything, properties and all around here, and that's what it's what we want. But let's try to name it, because we just can't use this name, because the naming part, it's just you have to name it so it's good for user friendly programming kind of thing. And then when I come here and name it, I would like to see the name, just to name it, so that I imagine using combo box name like that, it's too much. And I will just say KB combo, meaning box, like this. So I know it's combo box, and because now I know something is it's captioned. This is whatever is written on something, it's captioned. So I have to go and just delete the caption for nothing. Caption has to be this part. Caption, what's its caption? Okay, nothing in the caption part. That means whenever we drag it, nothing on the caption part. There should be something. Okay, it's fine. What I would say, since well, on the caption part we should have somehow explained this, that since the combo box 1 we could have changed it somehow, but anyway, since this it's not what it's inside, we have to click to see things inside. Like these are lists, like in the list box I've explained, this is just a box where you can place your information. The same thing is this, it's just that now you have to click and see the whole information. I can maybe run it for you to see, but there's no program just to see, so that you understand what I mean by the combo box. Like you can see this combo box, when I come and click it like here, something pops up. So it's just same as like that, but it acts differently in terms of how you say it doesn't act differently. I mean it's how design, the design is so much different, but the same thing. Like I can even come here and say when I press something, so since it's on run mode, sorry, it's on run mode, I can just come here, the same code that I have here, I can take it, the same code that I have here, but I don't want to copy. Let me just come and do it for you. I can just say now I have a combo box. I've said it's a KB box. It's what? It's property. It's what? It's items. This is what you need to know. You can say you can like control like this. If it doesn't give you, just say shift control. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't want to give me something. Let's if I then I can say items add the same then like that then this how it's supposed to be, and then I can close like that. This I'm just doing the same thing, it does the same thing, but the design is differently. Let me see if there's something that couldn't help me. Let me see if there's some sort of errors that I did. I think there are errors, and where are these errors? Okay, I know the error is this CB is CD. I said CD instead of CB, so I know the errors. I have come here and save, and then let me try, and then oh, that's what that. And each time I press, everything has to be on both sides. I'll come here and press, yeah, you can see, but here you to see it's like this. I know you only see Copitano here, but there is also what you call Hopewell under here. Let me try to say, maybe press again. Let me press again. So okay, let me press again. There's something. Okay, oh okay, the problem, there's no Hopewell with all. What I did was just to say in this part, in the combo box I placed Copitano, in the list box I called Hopewell. So if I'd like to make sure that they get added on all sides, like both of them, they get like that, maybe I could try and maybe add a name for that. I would just come here and then do like this, and press, and now take what was there. I can say maybe Magdalene, just like this, and then everything it's gonna be like that. It's combo box, and I come here again, can be Magdalene. So I would in my list box just copy the list box. It's become the same thing. List box, sorry, list box, then it's Hopewell, then it's gonna be paste. Okay, let me just manually paste. Then it's gonna be hope, like this. Then now let me just write something different. It's gonna be Okay, I'm gonna write this just to perform this, just to show you nothing much at all. So I can come here and save my work, and then like this, and you can see what I mean. The same thing when I come and press here, there's rubber, there's like, but here there's Copitano and Magdalene. Just the same thing when I come here and press the second time, I've got the same thing. Now 4 of them. You can see that these combo box, it gets stretched out like this, gets stretched up each time I get to work on it. Like I come here and work on them again. That's what happened, and can tick on at the same time. This one does like this, that gives me this scroll bar, but this one gets stretched down. That's how it is, the same thing. And but what I want just to make you understand is that the properties, which is the items and all that, what we have again, I'd like to add what is in a label. Label is just where you place something. I would just say label, and then like this. So it's a label itself. You can say anything. You can say anything. Well, a label, we can just come here and then on a caption. Since the label, it has to be caption. It's caption. It's label. We can say write something that explains what we want to be displayed on a label. Names, or name of persons. That's my name, kind of my name. I think you can write your own. So names of persons. So each time I would like to say that whenever I also press the button, something happens on that label, and I'll just come here and say, did I name it? I doubt if I just rename it. It was just label, and I have to go to the name. I have to say simple LB label LBL1. So, or just LBL, both are only one. I have only one man, then it's okay. Then I can come here and say now also when my label LBL, but now I have to say now it's LBL, if I'm not mistaken, LBL. This is like this, and then it helps me. I have caption. I don't know, caption. There has to be. I mean, I think there's something that I didn't check here. Label. It's not changed. The name didn't change. That's why it didn't help me. At the same time, I said LBL, and I say okay. It's okay. And now I come here to the button because things must be explained here. And when I like this, you see it helps me to somehow seek for something. And then label, each time I said caption, it's caption, and I would like to give me to add maybe to display something. I'll say to display these names together, and then things would be like label and 2 names. For example, I'll say label display 2 names. I will say okay, 2 stuff. I would label and write maybe label, it's pieces like this, equals to, everything has to be there, Copitano, just to make things like that. And there we go, and I save it and I run, and like that. And each time I come here, I press everything. You see, everything gets there, as you can see. Copitano and Magdalene there, Hopewell and Rubber there, and then and then Copitanos like that, or people like that. I can. So this is how you're supposed to do. You've got to know that Here you have to change your names and all that. The caption also, you can change them here on the part. And these stuffs have events, but I don't like, there's like on click events. We have so much of events, we have like so much of events. They have their own, like I can say, for example, I can do something also. I can say when I click, if I click this one, not even clicking the part, when I click the list box, something should happen. I can do the same thing. Check. I can come and say I don't want to put the button. When I click this one, but now the button, this the on click button, this one, the event is on, it's a button, because if the button is pressed, I can add anything. I can say if maybe this one gets clicked up, something happens when I click something here, or when I pick here. We also have a man, what's it called, a radio group, a radio group. See, a radio group, that's like this, the same thing, but it behaves differently. We can add one thing there, if I'm not missing. A radio group, it uses text, it's still like that. We can come here and then in our own design try to rename it. Gonna be the name, it's gonna be like that. Search for the name, not on properties, but not on events, but on properties. Send the name, and then just do like that, and then say RG radiograph RGB. It's fine, let me put it like that. And then I don't have a problem about the caption, is fine. And then I would like to, maybe if I press this one as well, so I'll know that this RGB, just like this, gets to help me. So there's something that I didn't do right, and what is it? Let me come here on the design and click it again. I didn't change it, so I have to come and say name words here, and that's where it gets to work. It says RGB, and I should press enter each time I'm done. Enter, and it's changed. You can see here it's changed, you can see here. And then now I can come and work on my button. It's the same thing. I can say, and then each time it has to somehow able to help me say items. You can see it's items. These are the things, these are the components that you need to first indicate before you can do something. And then items, let's add something as well. Add what? Add something. Add something. And just like this, just to show you how it is the same. I'm just gonna explain to you these stuff so that you know them and all that. Nothing much, not fighting at all. Then run mode. See how it works. And I press here. You can see these give some dots each time I press. Keep pressing, there is dot, but the same thing, it performs the same thing. This has list of stuffs, these are list of items, but how they are placed, it's a bit different. So these are the stuffs that you need to understand. This, it's a list box. This, we understand, it's a combo box, and this, it's a radio group, but they perform the same things. The items, and we have what we called memo. A memo is just the same as this one, just same this one, but you still want to use it. We can come to the design and try to explain to it. We come here and then memo, I think it's the memo, and each time it's just the same as this. It contains everything, but you can see how it works. On this part, I would like to come here and then name it. We can say mem, it's fine, and then enter to change everything. And I'll say, let's just say here it's different. Now we have to say mem each time. It helps us when we say items. There's no item, you can see that means this is not the property that we should use to do something that pertains to this memo. We use lines for a memo. Lines, you can see lines like this, and now we can do what? We can add what we want, and this is what we can add. Anything meta lean, anything you want for choice, and happy that things get okay. And now I've explained to you, there are so much things that I still explain to you that I had to explain and all that, but time and all that, I don't want to waste much time on these. And then you see when I press here, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing as this one, but it's just how it's said. I like this one when I bought, and I like this one, but it's a bit uh, twitchy emotion. Other than that, things um, um, okay. So I'm so much happy that, guys, things hope, I mean, I'm getting so much well. I hope you understand everything, and you understand how to use this one. This your design. Each time that you come, you click a button and it gets you here. When you want to get back, you just have to press design. It's okay. When you got to go back to your program CPP, this is your HPP, this is your design, and you come here where your code is. You come here each time, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do. And then now, I think now we did okay with things fine. I would like maybe one. Okay, I'll explain other stuff next time. Things, I think now it's okay. You guys, I think you understand. But don't forget that each time you want, come here to your to your tool palette and come and pick everything you wanna use. You come here and search for everything you want, and you'll get it. You need to understand that these stuffs, they have properties and events. So when you and like you see this what you call sometimes there are programs, like they give you a program that when you press, maybe you click on this one, that you load something. When you click on it, they want, when you click on it, it gets somewhere to here. I could leave that program and all that, but I just wanted to show you how they work and what they are. I know that others do know this. I'm just doing for those who just came in right away, for those who understand that that's okay as well. Just because I know that there are a number of you that came into this module this semester, so therefore I had to start from the scratch. For others, I think we will have to start with database and all that, and I'll still have to talk to other guys who have some groups that pertain to the same module, but because people are ahead with some other stuff, so with these stuffs, so we have to start somewhere so that they understand, others understand this part, so we know that since they understand, this would be just a waste of time, and time is ticking, so we can just start with other aspects of this program, because there's still so much. You guys need to work hard. This program, this programming, this programming module, it's so much challenging, so much challenging. It's so much challenging, so much challenging, so much challenging. It's so much challenging that you still have to understand each part, and you understand each part bit by bit. If you miss one, it might somehow confuse you, so you have to make sure that you work hard, you ask questions, and for sure I promise you that you'll make sure that you pass. We had not much. I had that we have 6 or 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, or that if I'm not making any mistakes like that, but I believe that you guys which are pull off, you work hard, and you'll understand things. You must know the stuff that you must work with and all that. You must know how to do things, sometimes calculate. And since I didn't, there's one thing that I didn't do, an edit box. An edit box is like somewhere where you can add something yourself. Maybe you can say an edit box like this one. Let's say we can even perform something. I want to perform like this. Like lastly, let me just do it for this an edit box. We can just name it like this name. Normally we'll name it like this, ADT box, and then that's what I want to do now. And then I can come here to this button, and then maybe say now this is a bit can say confusing, but it's not confusing. Now you know that I want, when I enter something from what you call, from the edit box, when I come here and because this is edit, and type it here, which is supposed to have a caption. I didn't change the name. Okay, since I come here, I have to say edit, and then box like this, and say enter, and then that gets changed. I have you can say it like this. What I also like, I have to also emphasize the part of then I have to come and say I think the text inside. This is the same thing that I have text. This text is gone. I've moved it like this, and fine. This allows us to enter, and an edit box is where you edit something, where you add, when you play something, or you enter, you make an input into something, into it. So when you enter something into it, we want it somewhere. So this is gonna be the same. Let me just, I want it into the memo. So there's no need for me to add something. Somebody will have to enter it. That means to add it myself. I'll just have to say like these lines, and after lines I'll say the edit box. My edit box, remember, like this. I can just, to make sure that everything, to make sure that I'm okay, it has to help me that something it's wrong. No, it's not edit box, it's ADT box, like this. Then it has to help me. Then if it doesn't, it's something that I am doing wrong. And edit box, let me come to the design and see what happening. When I come to this edit box, it's unnamed. Why? It's unnamed. Name. Why? So if you say, so I didn't name it ADT box and enter like that. And then now I had to, okay, like that, it's fine. But now sorry, I had to come here and remove the text there. This is the text. I just remove the text there, and then fine, so that it doesn't get there. Just like this one, I think I had to come here and remove the text as well. Text, this, like this, you remove it so that you know, since you know what it is, so we don't have to each thing, like even the memo, like that, since I don't have the use text. So I can come in and create. Now I want, when I click press the button, and everything that I add in an edit box gets to be into the memo, and I will explain which one is memo. So I will say lines and say edit. Well, what am I doing? I will say ADT box, which is what it has to somehow. Okay, it's not giving me. Now for this one we use what? Text. So let me come and just confirm whether it's the same name. ADD box. Okay, the same name, the same name, ADD box. And now here we use what is called text. So this is like this. So whatever that this memo will take whatever that is entered here, inside here. We take what is here, inside here. We can do anything like that. Let me see. I think that there might be some sort. Is there any errors and all that? Oh, there are errors. I don't know. Maybe I might check what the errors for. Oh, here. Sorry, I didn't know that. And then now I must save my work and then run. What is it again? Memo lines. Is there anything that I did miss? Memo, my memes, last edit. What did I do here? Okay, I have to add. Okay, it want me to add, so I have to add instead of like doing it like this other way. So the same thing, let me just add. So just add what the ADT, but everything has to be into string. Okay, it's fine, it's in string. So but to make sure it's fine, but let me just say edit box. Let me see if it will help me. If it helped me, okay, it's fine. You see now, then it's this one, it's text, then it's fine like this, and we edit. So it's the same thing, but we add. So there it is. So each time we like this, and I save, and voila. error? What error do I have? Okay, the program is still running. That means I had this one running, and sorry for that. And then I have to save since I have nothing to save, and then like running, and wonderful. So each time I have to come here and edit something. I can edit something, any kind of thing that I want to add. You and then I press each time. When I get pressed here, you can see these Joe what I've entered here, and don't forget here there is everything that I've entered here, and I can keep on doing the same thing. Don't get mixed up about this mem is just, and this RGB is just the text that I didn't remove back then. I can come and remove it. I think we are done. I don't want to take time. I can come here and say text to remove the text. If there's text here, there's no text. No, there's caption. There isn't caption, so there must be something. So we must have them some. But yeah, the name. So the name itself, it's mem, so it's fine. That means this one has to keep the memo there. And let me try and say, because the name, we need the name to do anything, so we cannot just remove it. So this is how it is, and I guess you guys understand. Thank you for your time, and then work hard, guys. Work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard.